Hey guys, Johnny and Daniel again, back with another video. We've compiled lists, and we're doing our top 5 most anticipated of the summer. When I was doing the list, I realized that there aren't that many blockbusters, it seems like. Like, the front half of this year has been loaded. I mean, we've had a bunch of superhero movies, Jungle Book. So, yeah, it should be interesting. First, we'll go over some honorable mentions.
Alright, so I'll start off and talk about my honorable mentions. I have 4.
Okay, that's a lot. All right.
And no, these are in no particular order.
Yeah.
Like our other list. The Secret Life of Pets.
Okay, yeah, definitely. It looks funny. It's an animated movie, of course.
Yep, it looks funny as hell.
Good cast.
The trailer looks funny, so I'm assuming the movie will be similar.
Hopefully, yeah.
This was so close to my top 5.
Okay.
Free State of Jones.
I also have that on my honorable mentions. It looks great.
Yeah.
The trailer looks great. Matthew McConaughey is always a safe bet.
The only reason I don't have it in my top 5 is it's a weird release date, and I think if they felt like it was going to be better,
that's exactly what I was thinking.
Then they would have pushed it back 6
Yeah,
weeks.
it worries me because it feels like an Oscar season movie that's coming out in the middle of summer.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really show a lot of confidence, but hopefully it turns out to be good.
So I also have Sausage Party.
That's on your honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions.
Okay. Yeah,
Also close to being in the top 5.
it looks really funny.
It looks funny. The animation isn't top class. I know they weren't going for like super realistic like Pixar necessarily.
Yeah.
But it looks funny, and I think
It does
really
look
good.
very funny, yeah.
And my last honorable mention, Tarzan.
Okay, I can see that.
Tarzan. I wasn't super thrilled with the trailer. It looks good, but I'm not sold on it at all. This isn't the second or third movie in the series, so I really don't know what we're gonna do.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it could go either way.
Yeah.
For my honorable mentions, I have 3. We already talked about Free State of Jones, obviously.
Yep.
Warcraft is coming out in a few weeks.
Okay.
I love fantasy. I love fantasy movies, Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. And, you know, it looks like it could be good. Duncan Jones is a great director. He did Moon, and that's one of my favorite sci-fi movies, and I really hope he can pull it out. And then also my last one is Jason Bourne.
Okay.
It didn't make my list just for the simple fact that I haven't been that much into the series. It doesn't like hold as much meaning to me.
Exactly.
But I think it'll be a really good action film, and I'm looking forward to it. So.
And I'm glad that Matt Damon's back because
Of course, yeah.
Jeremy Renner is really good and I like him. And I hope at some point they do a crossover. I think that could be a big movie. Do you want to start off your top 5? What's number 5? We'll start.
Okay,
at
number 5. For me, I have Star Trek Beyond.
Star Trek Beyond, yeah.
Now, it's funny because this wasn't going to make my list until the trailer just came out a couple days ago. It swung me. Great trailer. The action looks awesome. I really like the first 2 movies with Chris Pine, and I like the direction they're going. It looks like Idris Elba looks like he's going to be a really badass villain.
Yeah.
So I think that just barely snuck in.
My number 5 is Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates.
Really?
Yeah, I like these stupid little comedies that this group of guys put out. I think it could be really funny. I saw their trailer again. I've seen it quite a few times. And Zac Efron's usually pretty funny.
Yeah.
I just think it'll be fun. It'll be a very...
That's a curious pick.
It'll be
interested.
It'll be a stupid summer comedy movie.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Yeah, so then for my number 4, I went with... Now, I think people might be surprised this is so far down on my list, but Finding Dory.
Finding Dory, okay.
Finding Dory, I love Finding Nemo, one of the all-time great Pixar movies. But I'm a little skeptical about the premise of this movie, and I feel like it's coming just too late.
Yeah.
Finding Nemo came out 13 years ago.
Has it been that long? Wow.
It's been that long, so it's just it kind of worries me. But it is Pixar, and they very rarely go on a wrong path. So I'm hoping that it's gonna be really good. I loved Inside Out. I love The Good Dinosaur from last year. So hopefully they can keep the trend going.
My number 4 is Finding Dory.
Okay.
The same thing I've heard from a lot of people. It's just been too late, and the kids, like the younger generation below us, like doesn't even really know what Finding Nemo is, which is hard to believe. But it's been that long. Which is crazy. It's been a whole generation. And the thing is, Pixar's never made a bad movie. So pretty much any time they put out a movie, I'm gonna be like, oh, this is gonna be my top 5.
Yeah.
I know some people don't like Cars, but I love Cars.
Cars.
Yeah. But they've never done like a bad movie.
Of course, yeah.
It's just a taste.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is one of your honorable mentions, Sausage Party.
Sausage Party. Okay.
I think the cast they've got for this movie, Seth Rogen, James Franco, Jonah Hill, Michael Cera, Kristen Wiig, a bunch of others that I could name. And the trailer for this movie, the Red Band trailer, is one of the funniest trailers I've ever seen in my life. Everyone I've showed it to has loved it, and everyone's talking about it on Twitter. I think it's going to be a really big hit, even though it is rated R. And I like that it's coming at the end of the season. I think it'll get a lot of steam between now and then, and I think it's going to be really, really funny.
Yeah. So. Number 3 for me is Ghostbusters.
Really?
I think that this is going to be
going against the grain.
A lot better than people think.
Prepare for some dislikes.
I think that it's going to be better than people think. Honestly, the whole cast is pretty much funny. I know they got a lot of flack for having all women, which is kind of stupid because they're going to be funny. I know they're going to be funny.
I actually have never seen the original, so I have no stake in this whole argument. But I think, like you said, I don't think it's going to be that bad.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm just very curious about how critical reception is going to be, audience reception, and how much money this freaking thing is going to make. Yeah. So I just hope it doesn't tank for the sake of all the people involved. But
it won't. Yeah.
We'll see what happens. For my number 2, I have The Conjuring 2. Okay. James Wan is one of my favorite directors. He's like a horror, mastermind. He did the first Conjuring, obviously, Insidious 2, some of my favorite horror movies. And the first one is still, for me to this day, the best horror movie I've ever seen. It scared the crap out of me. All my friends went to go see it. And I'm just really I love a good horror movie experience, sitting in the theater with a pack full of people that are freaking out. And I think it's just going to be a lot of fun, and I have high expectations. The trailers look great, and I have no reason to doubt Juan. So.
Yeah, my number 2 is Suicide Squad.
Okay.
I think it's a no-brainer that it's going to be pretty good. The cast is really, really well put together.
Mm-hmm, I agree.
Batman's going to be involved in it, which is exciting.
Yeah, of course.
First time we see those characters interact, those 2 new actors. I'm not sucked in to that universe yet, like I am with Marvel, just because there's been so many Marvel films for 8 years. I think this is going to be a step in the right direction to get more and more films, and this is going to be a big part of that. And who knows what foundation they're going to lay with this film? It's going to be really good. And I'm the most curious to see how much Batman's in it.
And, it should be interesting.
And Jared Leto's take, and to see what is Robin going to be in it. Like, what is that storyline? We have to know, and what the timeline is. That's what I'm really excited about.
Yeah, I agree.
What's your number 1?
My number 1 is Suicide Squad. This should be no surprise to anyone. I'm a huge DC fan. I love the Joker. I love Batman. I'm super stoked to see Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. She looks awesome. These last few trailers have all been great. Marketing for this film has been top-notch so far. And I like what they did with Batman v Superman. I really like that film, and I'm interested to see how the universe continues to expand, especially when you're adding in all of these characters. Especially on Batman's side, where you have his villains like Killer Croc and Deadshot, who are, Will Smith is going to be awesome in it, I think. And it'll be cool to see some less known, characters like Katana and Diablo, Captain Boomerang, that people know from the comics mostly, but the mainstream has never seen them before. I think they're going to be, favorites by the time this movie comes out, and I think audiences will respond well to it. So.
Marvel's done an excellent job introducing characters that aren't household names, and DC really has to knock that out of the park. Like, everybody knows Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman. That's a given. Everybody knows them. To introduce these other characters like Diablo and Deadshot and things that people just don't know about, that's super important for the future of the movie. Because if you can get viewers interested in Ant-Man and Thor, and you can get them, that sets the stage for the rest of your franchise.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
My number 1 was anticipated movie. What do you think it is?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Warcraft.
Okay.
And I say that because I've never played World of Warcraft.
Me either.
Yeah.
I know nothing about the lore or anything.
I know. I think it's been out for, 10 or 15 years, maybe longer?
Yeah,
the
something
game.
like that. On PC.
People have spent literally thousands of hours of their life playing this game. And the community is huge. I think millions of players, like probably tens of millions of people have played that game. It looks really good. It reminds me of Avatar in a way.
Yeah, the CGI looks great.
I could see this movie just smashing in China and like Korea.
Oh, absolutely.
Japan.
Yeah.
This is maybe I was going to say it's going to be the biggest movie of the year, but I don't think it'll beat Civil War. I think it'll break $1 billion. I really do.
I don't know. It's so hard to tell because we don't know that much. I mean, obviously I have no idea about the story and all that.
Yep.
But just from the marketing alone, I don't really know what to expect, and there's no big name actors really. There's a lot of CGI going on, obviously, which is always a risk. But like I said, I have faith in Duncan Jones, who's directing, and I really, really hope it's great. But I'm anxious, so I'm holding out, until I see it.
And the reason I put it as my number 1 is because I know what DC is going to give me. for the most part. I know what Pixar is going to give me. I have no idea what this movie could be awesome. It could also suck.
Yeah, it could go either way.
I want to just hit a grand slam here and just say Warcraft is going to be awesome. It's going to smash at the box office. And I'm excited to see what this movie can bring to us over the next 5 to 10 years. Because
it could launch a franchise.
Yeah, it really could. The installed base of fans that's already there for that series is crazy huge. I think the gaming industry is going to really, be behind this.
Yeah, this is definitely a big opportunity because, as everyone knows, video game movies suck.
Yeah,
so this one could be the first great one, hopefully, and then you have Assassin's Creed coming out later this year.
This and Assassin's Creed, especially Warcraft, could push into an Uncharted game, to a The Last of Us game, to a Grand Theft Auto game, potentially. You've heard about that for years. But this just has so much riding on it, and I think it's going to be really, really good.